Embrace the Journey podcast, 643, episode 7. We got Schmidt in the house. Kent Schmidt, Georgia Tech baseball, former Georgia Southern Eagle, Pope Greyhound, 643 Cougar, lefty hitter. Used to just be a hitter. I saw him today. He looks like a freaking infielder now. What up, Schmidt? How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Thank you so much for coming on. You didn't have as many nicknames, so our intro is going to roll for another couple seconds here. I like the stash, though. It's a little Freddy Hartzell look you got going on.
Thank you. I know. He was looking good, so I had to copy him.
Shout out to Freddy Hartzell, our producer. How about these last couple episodes, guys? It's been unbelievable, the strides we've made, but let's get back on task here. Kent Schmidt, how we doing today?
I'm doing good. Appreciate you having me.
How was that workout this morning? How you feeling?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, good work.
I mean, a lot of guys were trying to stay indoors, but you seemed adamant about getting outside in the dirt. You've changed over the years. What happened? You seem more of a defense guy now. Did something change that perspective?
You know, I'm just not as soft as Levi anymore. He wanted to stay inside, so.
Shots fired. Levi, come on the pod and defend yourself. That's a crazy shot early. I love it. I think it's going to be chippy today. I mean, he's a Pope guy. Us Pope guys, we can run our mouths a little bit, but usually the action backs up the talk.
That's all right.
Man, first base is looking good, though. Like, what do you think is the key to first base? Why are you looking so good over there? Because a lot of guys just think first basemen are hitters and they're just supposed to catch the ball. But I think I know what you're cooking up over there. But talk to the people at home. What's the key to first? Why are you getting so much better?
No, yeah. I think the biggest thing is just trying to be an athlete and not trying to be that fat first baseman, which is, you know, what first basemen are kind of known for.
Like Levi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, one of my coaches at school, they're helping me kind of just moving my feet more instead of just being stuck and playing lazy and all that, just trying to get me to be moving more and being more athletic. So,
no doubt the feet, like you can tell just the little precise moves. Like it ends up looking really quick, but at the same time, you can tell you're slowing the ball down. Like all long hops and short hops, you weren't getting stuck between. I called you Freddie Freeman a couple times today. I wasn't kidding. I know he's maybe got some size on you, but man, it looks smooth. So keep at that. Talk to those at home, like, what was the energy out there? For those that don't know, our Grinders Club college guys getting together, what's that like?
No, it's fun. It's a fun time. We all enjoy being out there. I mean, we all do it on as our own choice. We're not pressured to doing it or anything. So it's kind of just going out, having fun. Especially like being with Ryan Wynn. I haven't seen him in years. So just being out there, fielding ground balls with him. And
how good does he look in the middle?
He's smooth.
He's nasty.
As much as I hate to say it, he's at Georgia, but no, he's looking good.
Let's go. Are y'all playing in Truist this year again?
At Truist again. Hopefully, assuming I'll be healthy this year.
Yeah, you've had some crazy, battles and injuries over the years. We might get into that later, just how you handle that and getting through it. But let's talk about the Tech team, man. Really good offensive year, obviously, for you and the group last year. Good run. I know we talk about just, obviously it's baseball, it's a team game, but in all college baseball, usually late in the year, it's going to be which pitching steps up, which pitching finds a way to win games because everybody can hit. But is that kind of the key this year with you guys, or what do you expect in this spring from the squad? Yeah,
I think obviously with Ramsey especially, he's also the head coach now, but he's a hitting genius. And, I mean, our hitting lineup is going to be nasty. And then we got some good transfer guys coming for pitching as well and hitting, but pitching is looking a lot better this year. And we got a lot of returners, so I'm excited for them. But, no, our pitching, we got Rutgers guy hit 100, and then Porter Burson also hit 99. Couldn't hit 100s, but yeah, no, we should be pretty good.
Up. 99? Are you kidding me? That's crazy, man. I can't believe the velo that y'all are seeing and that just everybody has these days. So is it more about the strike zone, I'm guessing? Like, we got guys with good stuff, and now can we throw strikes come game time, or are they getting hit around sometimes?
No, it's honestly just fair game during inter squads. Like, one day hitters are going to be on, next day pitcher's going to be on. It's competitive. We're talking like during a year we were at the Fall and Gold World Series. And we're talking like game one, it was really like a top of the top ACC matchup, and it was just the same exact team. It was fun to be a part of. It felt the energy and everything was there, so it's fun. Especially just being around the guys like that, pushes you. So it's
iron
fun.
Sharpens iron, right?
Exactly.
Pushing. I love it. I hear the word competitive. I know at Pope, we'll talk about that later. Just a huge part of what I love, what Turco and Roland instill there is like making practice competitive. I know that's probably a thing when you're practicing every day. You guys are at the field in the weight room as much as you are. For those that don't know, who just kind of get lost in that grind, which is important, how important is it to be competitive and mix that in to make a team kind of come together?
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing in baseball. I mean, because there's all these like showcase guys and everything, but if you're not competing in the box, in the field, on the mound, there's just no success ever going to come from it. And I mean, there's finding the balance, like the line of competing while still having fun. because it's at the end of the day, it's still a child's game.
It's a game,
So
baby.
that's
right?
always said, but no, it's
Yeah.
serious.
Absolutely. I mean, stat-wise, I'm looking at some stuff Freddy put together. You hit 397 last year, 1,061 OPS, 6 for 6 on bags. I mean, that's being a competitor because you ain't the fleetest of foot. But, man, I think no doubt part of the reason maybe you didn't get a Power 4 school out of high school is that, piece of what's up, Holly, coming into our we're just going to roll with this. Holly's in the house. Holly, hop on the mic for a second. We're just talking about it. No, come here, Holly. Come here. No, just say something real quick. We're talking about being competitive, Holly. How important is it to be competitive instead of just being a showcase guy? I know you weren't the most physically, gifted guy by the grace of God, glory to him, but how important is it to be competitive as a baseball player?
Very important. I mean, just from lesson stuff that we're doing, I mean, always working on adjustability, always competing, always just challenging ourselves and making it as hard as possible is always the biggest goal.
I love it. Holly just took a run across the complex. We crushed legs this morning. That's our general manager, Austin Holloway. We really appreciate him coming on to talk for a second there. We could have cut that. We're just going to roll with it. He's filling up his water now. Guys, are you going to leave back out in a sec too? All right, we're just gonna keep rolling anyways. People are gonna have to deal with it. We're authentic, a lot of these places edit and Photoshop. We keep it real. But where I was getting at there is I think in high school maybe some of these Power Fours get lost in what you just said, like the showcase guy, the tools, which tools are awesome, and you have a ton of tools too. But I think that's what's cool about your story is you've always been successful at every level I've seen you at, and you got to go to Georgia Southern, get a chance to play, show that competitive edge, and now go be a dude at that level, right, where you're at. So you think it's more important to be competitive than showcasey, like for a parent watching.
Yeah.
Both are valuable, right? But
yeah. I mean, obviously, if you have this like skills and like those traits, that's obviously like a gift, and I would wish that. But at the same time, competitive, I would say, is definitely more needed if you want to be successful at any level. So.
Definitely. No, and you've continued to add to your tools, get in the weight room, get more flexible, take care of your body. And I think now with that mix, that's really what it's all about, the tools and the competitive juices all together. So I know you mentioned Ramsey taking over. Shout out Coach Ramsey, man. He actually came and spoke at our 643 banquet this past year, which was outstanding talk, great message to our families, super, super supportive of kind of the 643 DNA, how we go about it. He even made the comment of, 643 wasn't a thing when I played. He trained with Danny, some in the infield. But he's like, dude, if I was 643 was around, I would have been a 643 guy. So do you feel like some of the practice style of play you got at Pope and 643, which is that gritty, play the game to win, small ball, whatever it takes, does Ramsey have a lot of that in him? Is that what's the biggest difference in him and Danny, I guess, Danny Hall? Yeah,
it's definitely there's not a huge difference. There obviously DH was a legendary coach and he won a lot of games for a reason. Yep. But no, Ramsey is it's kind of the mix of the old school with the new school, and he understands us. He's a player's guy, so I mean, every day we all want to be there. No one's forced to be there. We all enjoy being there, but every single day is competitive, like I was saying earlier, and it's a good team practice. Like it's not just go out there just joke around. It's a good grind for 2.5 hours. Maybe longer, maybe shorter, depends, but it's a fun time out there.
But some good structure, good, everyone knows what we're working on, good team.
Yeah, it's everything's structured. We have a plan. We stick to the plan for the most part, at least. But yeah, no, everything's good with them.
Love Coach Ramsey, Danny Hall as well. Played against Colin growing up, so got to know the family a little bit. Great people, and I think it's really cool you got to play for him and Ramsey. Kind of similar to the Pope story, right? Because you did have a year for Roland, am I correct? And then you got Turco as well.
Yeah, so it was funny coincidence. My sophomore year in high school was Roland's last year, and then last year was my sophomore year too. So it's kind of like going into junior year, new coaches, but it was the hitting coach for both of them. So hopefully history can repeat itself. Won a state that junior year. So
I love it. See alignment.
That only means one thing.
GDN is what that means, except GTN now, Georgia Tech Nation. Dude, that's awesome. I think that's a cool point, and I believe in alignment and things like that happening. So I'm sure there's a reason that's happened to you twice, and it's only gonna, get better, as it did with Pope. Both not better. That's probably the wrong word to use, but just the different tastes could make it a different kind of fun, right? Like there's different ways to succeed. So I love it. I love it. Lastly, on the Tech piece, talk about the hot dog bat. A lot of people were asking about that when they heard you were coming on. They said you have to ask Kent, where did this hot dog bat originate?
Yeah.
Was it secretly another bat that you painted? Let's get all the dirt.
So it was during an inter squad, I want to say, where we had a play, and Schulman sends out videos like after every single inter squad, kind of like breaking down what we can improve on, sends it to our group chat. And there was a play where I was supposed to be the cut man, and I was kind of just chilling out. I wasn't where I was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And he clipped it, and it was like, and then like the comment, it was like, Kent's just hanging out at QT eating a glizzy instead of being where he's supposed to be. And it was kind of just a joke, and then he just kept talking about that in the next practices. And I was just sitting down, like looking at 44's website, because those were the bats we were swinging last year.
Right.
And I saw you can customize the bat that I swing, like my type, and you can put a hot dog on it. And I go up to Shul, and I was like, Shul, look at this. He was like, do it. You won't. I was like, I mean, I got it now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I just started swinging it, came in, customized one, and started swinging and hit a homer in the first game with it. And then I want to say I know Steven Schock, that guy posted it, and a couple others posted on Twitter. That's pretty cool.
People were talking about it. Are we going to see that again this year? Did you like the bat, or is it more just a look there going for a little bit?
No, I love the bat, but we're not 44 anymore with Louisville, so no more hot dog this year.
What's Louisville? If you're watching this, you guys might want to get a hot dog bat going if you want a bunch of kids to buy it. I'm pretty sure if Kent swings it and hits another 20 bombs this year, that everyone's going to want a piece of that. Man, that's a good story. I know Coach Mang, you're familiar with Rick Mang, one of our best coaches, our coaching director now. He has a saying, like when an outfielder gets caught not backing up a base, he goes, "Hey, Conlon, can I get you a hot dog and a Coke or something?" Same thing, right? It's like, dude, where are you at right now? So I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
How do you notice a change of speed in the game at all from Tech and Southern, or is it more just high school to college you saw a big jump in game speed? Like plays like that where you're like, oh, or oh, oh, you're like, oh, like I need to be somewhere right now.
Yeah, it was more high school to college, just that adjustment, especially in the fall. That was big. But with Southern, we had a decent amount of older guys, so they were able to help me pretty quick. But from Southern to Tech, I mean, at Southern we had a good schedule, so we played like those top teams. We played Georgia Tech twice, played Mississippi State, had a weekend series there. First start too, that was pretty cool.
That's a special environment. Isn't
First
it?
weekend start, yeah.
I got to go to a super regional there when Notre Dame was there with Jared Miller, and it was one of the best
surreal.
spots I've ever been.
Yeah.
Unreal fan base.
Oh yeah,
crazy energy.
Yeah, but no, the transfer from Southern to Tech wasn't too bad. I also knew half the Tech's team I played with in high school or against or like knew of them, so it was a pretty easy transition.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
100%.
This episode has been brought to you by Smoothie King on Cobb Parkway, right down the road from beautiful Aviation Sports Complex. It's about a 5-minute drive from 643. I spend about 2 to 3 times a week at this Smoothie King. The staff is super friendly, attentive, and quick to complete your order. Whether it's a Get Fit smoothie, a smoothie bowl, a plant-based smoothie, an enjoy a treat smoothie, whether you want a snack, you want some toast. Smoothie King has all sorts of healthy options to fit your active lifestyle. Head on over to Smoothie King Cobb Parkway.
Thank you for that word from our sponsors. All right, so obviously big things at Tech. Huge first year there. Kind of surreal to kind of close out the Tech piece. Was it surreal with all that happening? Did it feel like it happened fast? I know with the injury piece, I mean.
Yeah, it was definitely unique, I would say, because in the start, I was feeling good and everything, and it was just random, just done for 22 games. I was like, wow. And then just being able to come back in the first weekend, I guess my first hit. So I pinch hit the first day I was able to even being cleared to run yet, and I was able to pinch hit that game, and I hit a double.
Like right center double?
It was left center off the wall.
I think I remember seeing the video.
Yeah, and that was my first time going off the wall left field at Georgia Tech.
Little double celly.
Yeah. How I kind of blacked out. I didn't even hit one. I was like, oh my gosh.
Hey, flow state, right? You talking about that today?
Oh yeah.
Flow state for sure.
Yeah.
Man, and how do you, 22 games out in a season, a lot of guys would probably crash and burn there, maybe get off the path, get in some bad habits. What's your advice to somebody who maybe just found out they're out for half the high school season, or a kid who found out he's going to miss 6 tournaments for his 10U team, or it's a fellow college guy who knows he can't play? How did you stay the course and, not get caught in the suck there? Because it does suck, right?
Yeah, no, it was miserable. Because with mine, I wasn't even able to be like in the locker room or anything with all the germs since mine was an infection. Mm-hmm. So I was just basically back home in Marietta for a week and a half. Didn't really see anybody, but the guys, my whole team, coaches, everyone was good about checking in reaching out. So that part made it easier, but it's kind of just like, I mean, I don't want to just sit down and just be sulking nonstop. Might as well just make something out of it. I mean, can't really control that, but no, I would just like that, just kind of make the most out of what you got. Like, enjoy being with the guys, because when you're not playing, you're allowed to have fun, even though playing's the most fun part of it. But just being with the guys without playing is kind of just, you're hanging out with your friends every day. So I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
then
like you focus on the gratitude, right? Just being
Yeah.
grateful for, hey, I get to still be with my teammates. I'm still on the Georgia Tech baseball team. You know, I get a little downtime now.
Yeah.
I'm really never going to have downtime before, now, or ever. So
yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
will
awesome.
say,
Yeah.
try to lay off the cookies. When you get hurt, you'll get some free cookies. Yeah,
you put on a couple.
yeah, it got to me pretty good.
Where's the weight go usually?
Straight in my stomach or butt.
Straight to the booty and the stomach, right? Yeah. No, you gotta keep eyes. I know. I've seen Freddy on the Ghirardelli, whatever you call them, chocolates. I've been trying to warn him, but guy's got a girlfriend, so he's getting a little fat and happy. You know how that goes. You have a girlfriend as well, don't you?
I do, yeah.
It's going well.
She's doing good. Yeah,
Congratulations.
she's awesome.
What's her name? You want to shout her out?
Brianna Condon. Shout out.
Shout out, Brianna. Yeah, good guy right here. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. So let's talk about Georgia Southern, man. That first freshman year, looking at this, looks like you started 56 games. That's almost every game, right?
Yeah.
Like how big was that for you coming out of high school to get that opportunity?
It was awesome. So the first weekend we opened up with Maryland, and I didn't have a single at bat that weekend. But at the same time, I'm a freshman. Obviously I wanted to play, but freshman year, it's college, like just kind of knowing how it works. I didn't really expect to that much, but then the first midweek was versus Georgia Tech. It was home, and I was joking with my Carson Curse, who's teammate at Pope, who's at Georgia Tech.
Dog.
Yeah.
Absolute dog.
Yeah.
Shout out Kersey. Yeah.
And we had dinner the night before, and we were just messing around because he wasn't playing either at that time. We're just like, yeah, we can just play like rock paper scissors in the dugout. We're just gonna be having a fun time, just sitting on the bench. But and then I walked down at like right before IO, and some of the older guys was like, "You ready?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then another guy came over and was like, "Just be yourself." And I was like, and I look at the lineup, and I'm batting, I think 6. I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Here we go.
Yeah. So, but no, that was fun. I would say starting my college career off versus Georgia Tech, ACC school. Then my very next 3 games were at Mississippi State. It was, yeah, I
That'll
couldn't
help your
really.
confidence there, right?
Yeah,
Just
for
knowing that
sure.
They believe in you and they think you can be a guy.
Yeah, so it was just that, and then kind of just carried on throughout the rest of the year. But no, so I would never talk down on Southern. That place was awesome. Even when I committed there in high school, I knew it was like, this place is like sick.
The stadium there is awesome, right? Good coaching staff.
Yeah.
A lot of good players come out of there. So good baseball atmosphere from what I hear
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I know I went to a game when I was around like middle school, high school age just to watch. Some crazy fans yelling stuff.
The
Talking
fans are
about-
crazy.
I think there's a video out there. We might have to find it and get your dad to send it. Was there not when you went back to Southern at Tech? You were getting heckled a little bit, right?
I heard it. I heard it from those fans.
Like lots of profanity.
Yeah, there's some profanity, name calling, everything, but it was fun. It was a fun time going back.
I personally loved that. Like when I at Pope, we had the left field bleachers going on in the playoffs, and we played Walton in the state championship, and heard everything and anything you could imagine. But I don't know about you. I always took the trash talk as like, oh, this is cool. People think I'm worth talking to. Like, let's go. Right?
Yeah.
Smile, wear it, and ball out. I'm sure.
That's how you got to look at it, though.
Did you play good against Southern when you guys went back?
Yeah, I had 2 doubles, so that was pretty cool.
Give that man a double. Shout out Turco, dude. This guy's a double machine, though. You've always been a double machine.
Yeah, I've had a couple.
Yeah, now that you're still on bases, might get some more triples going too.
That's right.
Let's go. So talk about, you got to play a bunch at Southern, and with that, the portal happens. And, that really in the last, between the time that you committed to Southern as a junior, senior in high school to then where you are now, the portal has changed a bunch.
Yeah.
Talk about your experience with the portal, how that all happened. Were you thinking about it during the year? Was it more of focused on where you were and then good things happen? Like, talk about the portal and your experience with it for those that are curious.
Yes. My experience, I would say, is one of like the experience where the portal actually like is works and like is helpful. Because sometimes people would transfer just for money. My opinion, I think that is just absolutely stupid. But like when I was at like, it's hard not to think about it, but at the same time, you got games to play and you got games that you're trying to win with your best friends. Because Southern, our team was so close, and like wasn't taking that for granted whatsoever. But I think it's hard not to think about it. But I tried just completely avoiding that until obviously our season ended. But yeah, my situation, I just wanted to develop more, and I knew the right move for me, and it's kind of like a business decision. Like
once the year ended, it was like, okay, I did this well.
Yeah, kind of just like reflecting like on the year, and just like, I mean, yeah, like I could, like, this is what I want to do, like I want to get better and all this stuff. So I think that was easily like the main reason to wanting to go into the portal, and I had no idea like where to go when I was in the portal, and because I didn't have an agent, it was kind of just like, well, let's hope for the best. Let's hope I have some connection.
And see what happens,
Talk to Danny, DP.
Yep.
But no, it was cool though. But I just knew Georgia Tech being home, as soon as they reached out, I knew their history of developing guys, not just bringing in those highly ranked transfers and just keeping them good. It was developing the mid-major transfers into the top tier ACC. I thought that was kind of just like the selling point, and the facilities are awesome. It's 30 minutes from my mom's house, 10 minutes from my dad's house. So,
sure. So just a lot of boxes checked there, right?
Yeah.
It's like, this is kind of going to be a cool fit, cool experience. And
yeah,
you get to challenge yourself, right?
Exactly.
Again, Georgia Southern plays great competition. It's a school in regionals competing every year, but knowing that you can play against NC State, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Florida State, all back-to-back weekends.
Exactly.
For you with a guy who's got, aspirations of past college, right? So
yeah, for sure. And I mean, also, like playing along, like the team that we have at Tech, like Drew Burris obviously had a great freshman year. It was like, I'm going to be playing with the best player in the country, Von Lackey, now top 10 guy that's all the mock drafts and everything. He's unreal. Jaron's now a transfer, and then playing with my high school best friend, Carson.
Right?
It's kind of just like, yeah, it's why not do this? But
100%.
Yeah.
No, I think you totally were, where your feet were. You wanted to win at Southern. I know, seeing you throughout the year, you could tell like you were 100% bought into Georgia Southern while you were there.
Oh yeah.
Season ends, big year. Georgia Tech's reaching out. You gotta at least engage. And I know once you talk to those guys, it just felt like a fit, right? So
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you that it's worked out that way, and you've gotten to have a good experience at both places. Now talk to so let's say it's our high school players. I know I asked Ryan this and DJ. And I'm sure you struggle with this a little bit too, of like, because of course I want to be at the highest level, everyone wants to be the best version of themselves, wants to play against the best, because if you're playing against the best, that means you're one of the best.
Yep.
How did you kind of not swallow your ego per se, but go, you know what? I feel like I can play at Georgia. I feel like I can play at Georgia Tech. I feel like I can play at X school in the Power Four. But man, this Georgia Southern school is a great program. They have a ton of good resources, good coaches, a good program history. How did you kind of swallow that ego and find your right fit? I'm guessing you wanted to play, but
yeah, no, the biggest thing was I wanted a place to play, but obviously, like any kid in high school's dream is to play at the University of Georgia's, Georgia Tech's, Tennessee's, like everywhere. But at the same time, you gotta kind of have like a reality check, and it's like, I mean, I could be good enough, but at the same, especially nowadays with the portal, like the kids that are committing to like all these top schools, at the same time, you're going to be going against 23-year-olds with all the fifth years and all those rules. And in my scenarios, there was still COVID years, so it was 24, 25-year-olds. But no, it's kind of being like reality check, and not really, because I would compare myself to some like those big time commits like to those Power 5 schools, and I mean, that would just lead to me
getting pissed.
Yeah, getting pissed, not playing as good and all that stuff. So it's just not compare myself to others, and just kind of just like, by the same, Georgia Southern was, they just hosted the regional the year before. So I was like, I mean, it's a sick place. And
it's a top school, right? It's a top mid-major school. So
competitive mid-major where I could probably have a chance to play. So
you think that's the biggest message, to say that uncommitted junior, senior right now, don't get too caught up in the school name or the conference, more who wants you, wants where you
just
play. Yeah.
I would say like who wants you most, and don't compare yourself to other kids in your class, because all that does is just bite you in the ass.
Right.
Bleep that, but
it does what?
Bite you in the there you go.
Let's talk about Pope, man, because me and you are bonded with that, right? Pope High School. I think I just missed you. Did we graduate when you were in 8th? No, I'm way older than you. My bad.
Yeah.
How old are you right now?
I'm 20.
You had to think about that for a little too long there. That was weird. Georgia Tech? Are those classes going all right, man? Holy cow. No, yeah, so you're 20. I'm about to be 27. Okay, so yeah. Did you watch us? Like me, Parker, Ryan, you were at some of those games?
I grew up going to every single game. From 2016 with Josh Lowe.
Yep.
From that year, going to every single game. me and my dad, we would not miss a game.
I hear that with a lot of kids that played with you at Pope that are playing there now, and it kind of gives me goosebumps to hear. Like, it's really cool to hear that kids really look forward to playing at that school. What did you, like, your first memory of Pope baseball, what was it, and when did you, like, start getting excited? Like, what was that like? Could you describe it?
Well, my first memory was when Josh Lowe was in high school, and it was like my first game, and there was probably 20 MLB scouts right behind home, and me and my dad would always like sitting behind home, and we were there, and we were just sitting there, and I think it was Roland was pitching, and about 20 guns popped up, and I remember turning around, I was like, look at that. It was awesome. Because I think I was like 9 or so, and I was just in awe. I was like, they're in high school and all this stuff. But no, that was probably my first memory. But then just being able to like make the team my freshman year, even though it was JV, it was still like, wow, like I was watching these people for the last 6 years.
Now you're wearing the uni, right?
Yeah.
It starts to feel real.
Oh, yeah.
Was the energy? I know, like, you guys had some insane energy at Pope. I feel like it's sustained and probably gotten better. Do you remember, like, early on in those games, too, like, dugout energy?
Oh, yeah. I remember my sophomore year when we got called up when I was in varsity, we had the beats going with the bats and Peyton Carrico. I know he played here. He's the man. But he...
Get on the pod, Carrico. Let's go. He's still playing.
Yeah,
Still
indie ball
going.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite people at 6'4".
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Great baseball player, but just awesome.
He's the best.
Reminds me of Conlon Walker a little bit. He's got that crazy energy in him, you know?
Oh, yeah.
In a
Oh,
good
yeah.
way. Yeah.
But, yeah, those beats and then obviously playing Buford in the playoffs, that energy from that entire series was just insane.
So backstory, right? Buford High School, I want to say back-to-back years was the, so-called #1 team in the country. Again, you look at paper, projectable, that word we said earlier, they had, some of the top ranked guys by PG, PBR, bunch of 90s arms, bunch of kids that could hit BP baseballs 900 feet. I'm not trying to badmouth them. Plenty of kids that are probably still playing high-level baseball and are really, really good.
Still good. Yeah.
Still really good. You guys beat them twice at Pope when you weren't supposed to. I know you guys went Final Four one year, and then you lost in a state championship and won a state championship.
Yeah.
What do you think was the key to the success at Pope? Like, I know you just talked about the energy, great players that you saw coming up. Like, when you were actually in it, what did you feel that was like, okay, this makes sense. This is why this is a winning program?
Yeah, we were all best friends. Like, we had some friends outside of the team, but, like, our team were, like, they were basically, like, I know, like, people always, like throw the term brotherhood around. Like, that whole brotherhood at Pope is something that was actually, like, real and special. I know Turco would talk about Mudita, about having each other's back, but that was real. Like, my junior year when we won, it was kind of like the feeling of no one's gonna come close to beating us, and we would do anything for like the team. Like, no selfish at bats. Like, we're not gonna go try hitting a home run when we're up 1 run. It's like, no, we're gonna base hit. Oh, we're up 6 runs now. Like, that type of stuff is just contagious, kind of.
Contagious for sure. The Mudita energy, I absolutely love. Team at bats, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know, and talking to kids at home, how many times did you try to move a runner, hit a ground ball, and hit a double or a bomb? Like, that is real as well. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, you try to do for the team, and it also comes back full circle.
Yeah.
For you.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
For
Oh, yeah.
sure. For sure. What about playing for Roland? Because you had Roland in his last year ever.
Yeah.
And that was beating Buford.
Yeah, so that was beating Buford in the second round.
Was that a walk-off where Frost or someone came
Yeah,
sliding in?
Frosty.
Frost hit it.
Frosty hit the
Frost.
walk-off in game 2 because they were, I think, like 32-0 going into that game. And then he hit a walk-off to beat him. And I think that was like a 1-0 game, like 11 innings because Peyton Carrico, I think, pitched like 8 or 9 innings, no runs or anything.
We were falling in the cages. I remember
Yeah.
throwing BP on the field on occasion. We kept checking every inning between, picking up buckets. 8th inning. 9th, he's still pitching?
Yeah.
0-0. It was like,
It was
what the
crazy. But no. Yeah, I think we walked that game off, then won 5-3 in the game 3. And that was pretty cool.
And the next year when y'all played him, you kind of beat him up, if I remember. I was
Yeah,
at that
we-
series. You guys kind of took care of. You made that
Yeah.
look. You made that look easy. I mean, you guys took care of him. How, was it just like the hype was there again, but you guys had that confidence and Mudita energy?
Yeah.
Of like,
Well, we
nah.
also knew that their best guy had TJ. So it was kind of just like we don't have to face him anymore. But at the same time, we obviously don't want anyone to have TJ.
No.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of a sigh of relief. It's like, oh, good grief, we don't have to face 99 in high school again.
It's crazy. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely crazy. So, Roland's last year, got to play for him. Those who know Jeff Roland, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Retired, quickly came back to Holy Innocents to coach, which I think is great because that's a guy who needs to be around baseball, needs to be around young men. He's a great mentor. Talk about the difference in styles of Roland and Turco as a head coach. Again, kind of talk about Ramsey and D. Hall, both outstanding, both amazing in their own way, but different. Talk about the switch you're playing for Turco. Because I know at first, even with you guys, I think there was a little adjustment period where you guys kind of had to get used to it, right?
Yeah. But I honestly don't remember a whole lot from Roland other than kind of just like his presence. It was kind of just like he was kind of more laid back, but when it was time to kind of get on someone, he would not be afraid to kind of rip into one. But he's like, still to this day, he's texting me like for Christmas, Merry Christmas, all like he's most like probably one of the best person.
He's a player's coach, right?
Yeah.
Just a player's coach. Loves the guys. Yeah. Always texts in.
But he was more laid back, I would say. And then Turco, obviously, you love him because he's ADHD out of his mind. He has a lot of energy. And he's probably one of my favorite coaches I've ever played with because he would do anything for you, and he always has your back, always will fight for you, anything. And but to start off the year, we were like 7-5. Then we ended up like 30-something-7. Like, but obviously there was a little adjustment. But no, Turco's the man.
Two absolute legends, two of the best coaches in Georgia high school, forget it, in the country history of baseball, right? Yeah, my perspective is Roland is kind of what you said. He's that presence. He's quiet but dominant at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, there's a time to hoe and a time to go. Like, he's going to have fun, but as soon as you're not locked in, like, you're going to feel him breathing down your neck, and you better lock in right now. Turco, Turco's just a ball of energy. Like, like, nobody, though, bred more confidence, I think, in us as a team than Turco. Like, we'd be in a huddle. We'd have a good series. There'd be a couple things that went wrong. He'd kind of correct what went wrong, and then he'd always finish with, but if you guys can, field the baseball and throw it across, you're probably most likely definitely going to win the state championship.
Yeah.
And he would say that every year. And we played, and my group was the same as you. We went Final Four, lost, and then won a state. I think the order was different for you, but he was always breeding confidence. And just, I felt like if I was having a couple bad games, I wouldn't even need to go to him for swings. He would come in, hey, stay after with me. Let's film a couple. Let's work on it. Dude, you're overthinking it. Look at this. It looks great. Just compete. Like, those guys both, though, always, have your back and want the best out of their players.
Turco's also really good with, like, adapting to each team because he knows every team's different. So, like, he knows, like, here's, like, a foundation to win, but there's going to be different teams, especially in high school. It's still, you're going to have 16-year-olds on your team, and they're not mature whatsoever. Yeah. But he knows how to, like, take that into account and then still win off that, which is impressive.
Yeah, I feel like they just work. The coaching staff there works so hard together. Like, they care so much. Like, you hear, I don't remember, I think it was Daniel Jackson's last episode. Some coaches pull up and you can tell, like, they're there for a check or they're there because they're a teacher and they need to, like, you hear about that. We didn't have that at Pope. You hear about it. But, dude, it was like every day those guys were doing different stuff at practice, talking to players in a different way to just try to help the team win, try to help you get better. And even if it was guys on our team that were like the third string catcher, that were maybe everyone else like, that guy's, he's, love him, but he's not as good. Like, they would find him a spot to pinch hit in a big moment. They just gave opportunities. So, shout out to the Pope coaches. Huge part, I think, in Kent and I's lives as baseball guys, but more so just as men and, developing us as good people. So, love Pope. Do you have one favorite memory from Pope that you could give?
I mean, obviously winning state, but beating Buford sophomore year. Even though that was the second round, that was still craziest moment of my life.
Nothing better than when everybody thinks the other team's supposed to win and then your team wins, right?
Yeah.
It's the best.
That place was packed.
Yeah. That was your first taste of, like, high-level college energy.
Yeah. And I'm facing 99, and I was 14 years old at that point. Didn't even have my permit.
Yeah, but y'all were at practice. Turco has the machine up to 110. Like, I know, like, they would find a way to emulate 110 miles an hour for us when we saw Dakota Chalmers, who was 98.
Yeah.
We tagged him for like 8 hits in the playoffs because all week we're seeing 110. It was like, dang, 98 kind of looks slow today, right?
Exactly. Because we had a machine that was literally throwing 90. And it was from like 30 feet. It was probably equivalent to like 160.
Right.
We didn't even see the ball. We were happy if we even fouled one off.
He's like, good. Yes. Yes.
Going crazy.
See how easy that was?
Jumping up and down. But it made it Lesko, who's thrown 99, look a little slower. We fouled some balls off for him, scored a run.
So much of the hitting approach that Turco and Roland would do with us, I use with all my teams. And at every level it applies. Like, if you can scoot up and throw hard to a 9-year-old, they're not scared of 62. If you can pump to a 16-year-old like we do of you and Levi in the indoor today, where I'm throwing change-up sliders from 25 feet, that looks kind of slower when you get in the game, right?
Yeah.
So, no, there's something to that, training the brain. Let's go to 6'4" for a little bit because, you're a great example of some guys play here 9 to 18. Some guys play here 9 to 14 and then go somewhere else when they're older, like a Carson Curse. Some guys don't play at East Cobb or play at Georgia Jackets or Team Elite when they're younger and play with us 15 to 18. You played you did some lessons here at 14. I remember first time meeting you still down there working infield.
Oh yeah.
You said it was your first infield lesson?
Probably, yeah.
How'd that go?
I got my butt kicked.
Yeah, I tend to do that infielders. You want that work, let's freaking go. I think Ken avoided infield of me for like 3 years after that, but now, he's figured it out that it's big time. He likes the work. We embrace the suck. But I know we hit a little bit. I remember you saying, dude, I can't hit the inside pitch. That's when I laugh when you'll say that, like a year ago, you're leaving Southern. I'm really struggling with the inside pitch. And it's like, we all change, but we're all the same, right, as we keep going. But so you trained here at 14 a little bit, played here on the 15 Cougs on a really good squad. I know you went to play somewhere else at 16. I was a coach at 16, as was Mang. We were super pissed, not at you, but we were just pissed because we wanted the chance to coach you. And then what was cool was you came back and played again as a senior to close it out. So talk a little bit, though, about your first memory of 6'4", whether that was, lessons or games, or what do you remember about this place?
Kind of like the brotherhood, even though it's summer ball, it's still like a team. Like we're still playing team baseball because you can, like in summer ball, you can get caught up with playing like individual, trying to get recruited. You want to hit homers. You want to do all this for yourself. But 6'3" is a really strong team game. And I still talk to Levi every day. Still talk to like a couple other kids from my team every day. And that was from my 15U team. And I don't even know how long ago that is. But like it's just like a brotherhood that lasts forever. Kind of like what we had at Pope, but it's summer ball, which is different than anybody else.
First off, what was it like when you left? I know I just said that we were pissed not to coach you. How did you feel that energy though from me and Mang when we?
No, because I would like I was saying earlier, like I was best friend with that team. So like if y'all were playing at East Cobb, I would go and watch almost every game. I like watching baseball, and it was 10 minutes from my house. So I would go watch, and I know you and Mang would be talking to me. It's like, why don't you come back? Why don't you come back? But and then I knew because I played with TJ when I was on the 15U team, like Riley Frost and Payne Carrico, they were on TJ's team in 18U. And
they were down some players, so you went to play up as a 15-year-old.
When I was 15.
Yeah.
And that was it was so much fun, like playing with them. So I knew it was like, it's my last summer going into college. I mean, I'll be here for probably 2 weeks. Might as well just have fun with it.
Right. Fun fall season, right?
Yeah.
18U fall is pretty fun.
Of course,
A lot of practices and then play a little bit.
And playing with TJ's the man too.
Definitely.
And but yeah, then playing with DJ, Winnie, and like Noah Greer, who's at Purdue now. And then
Dog.
Yeah. But no, playing with them, it was awesome again. Even playing, I was probably only with them for 3 months before I went to Southern early in the summer. But like I said, I still talk to DJ, Winnie, all of them still. So
yeah. And what did you like best? Like when I think of you on that last year team, I remember like y'all's 18 practices. TJ does a great job of energy. There'd be a speaker out there.
Yeah.
You guys would be taking ground balls. It seemed like for an hour and a half, even though the field slot's only an hour 15. I don't even know how that was happening. Yeah. But like, what was your favorite part about playing here? Whether that was 15, 18, like what were some of the pieces that were different? Was the practice mainly or?
Yeah, I mean, I like practicing. Like it was cool to see like summer ball. You're still practicing and doing like team practices, not just go in, hit for an hour as much as you want. It was like structured team practice. I mean, I love that part. And then kind of just how fun it is. Like you're able to still compete while also kind of goofing off, having fun at the same time.
It's that game, right? You keep going back to that, the fun piece.
Yeah,
absolutely. So. Child's game. No, I think it's so important to kind of highlight. You keep throwing the word structure out because I'm a man of structure in life, in baseball. I know when I don't have structure, I can kind of get, I don't want to say I get off the rails, but you start getting that anxiety feeling or that like, where am I going? What is this leading to? I think a lot of summer ball coaches, and I'm not throwing shade, I just see it when I coach against people. A lot of guys are worried about kind of catering to the player that they think is like a dude or, not, rustling feathers or, that guy's not doing good. I'm kind of just going to leave him be.
Yeah.
How important is it for you in your development to get coached and to get kind of in that environment you're talking about where there's structure and it's like, okay, I know what we're here to work on today. Like, how much does that mean to you as a player?
No, it means a ton because obviously, baseball, no one's going to be perfect at it. Like even best player in the big leagues. I mean, maybe other than Paul Skeens, but like everyone's still trying to change something, trying to do something. So when like a coach, especially in high school, because there can be kids who egos through the roof, you know. It's like no one can teach me anything different. But when coaches are like real with you and kind of just like, no, like this is what we're working on. You need to work on this. Like, yeah, you're doing really good, but there's still improvements that you need to work on. Just like being that part of being realistic instead of just like trying to tell you what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
That was what kind of stood out. Like, I love that part.
So you like guys around you that want to push and keep getting better. You don't just want to be sugar-coated. Like, you want honest information. Like, if there's a booger hanging out of your nose, even though you might not like to hear it, you want to know that booger's hanging out of your nose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's
For
that
sure.
Kobe Bryant mentality, right? Job not finished.
Yeah.
Job never finished. Like, cool, we won a state championship. Let's go do it again.
Of course.
Like, cool, I had a great first year at Georgia Tech. Like, I'm not going to get fat and lazy and eat cookies this offseason.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to work. Like, I'm going to go hit with my boys at Pope. I'm going to go run over to Tech and work out. I'm going to come to 643, get ground balls with my guys early in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Get on the dirt when it's 20-something degrees. I mean, that's the mindset I think it takes, man. I think I see a lot of guys have that pop year or that, you know, good season or, like you said, they're highly ranked and they just kind of think they've arrived.
Yeah.
And I think that's that toxic mindset you just can't have in life and in baseball. There's always stuff to get better at. But enjoy it while you're doing it because the work is fun, right?
For sure.
Do you think that's why you play with so much confidence because of all the work you put in?
Yeah, I would say, especially like with all the practices that we do and like how like prepared that we get for the games. Like there's no reason to not be confident. Like just like the way like the coaches at Tech like kind of install confidence just from the work that we like are doing at practice. I mean, you have to be confident. You'd be dumb not to be.
It's the old luck. They say luck is when preparation meets opportunity, and I think confidence is kind of the same with that. Like I was literally talking to a 13-year-old today, undersized kid, switch hitter, badass little middle infielder, like stud kid. But from his coach's feedback, because I haven't worked with him, was, hey, he's great in practice, but in the games you can tell, you know, he's pressing.
Yeah.
He looks tight. He looks jittery. And I asked him about it today, kind of indirectly, just to see what he said. And he said, yeah, you know, I really haven't been hitting as much. You know, I have a cage in my house, but honestly, I haven't used it the last couple of weeks. And we had this talk of, because he's a great kid and he's going to be a stud. And he's like, when he's here, he's locked in. He's working hard. But it was like, dude, if you feel like you're struggling with confidence, it's because you're probably not putting in enough work. Like, even if it's 10 swings a day, that can turn, 10 swings can turn into 30 minutes. But like a couple of visual swings in the mirror, like whatever you can do to prepare, that's what Ryan Webb was talking about. That's the process of then, if I fail in the game, all good. I get to play again tomorrow.
It's just part of baseball.
But you're not like, so you don't play games where you're worried about the results happening or what happens if I fail. You're so focused on, I'm guessing, the winning and how good you're about to do.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously times I think with everyone that you get caught up in it. Like if you have two 0-for games in a row, you're probably thinking, but at the same time, it's like, well, just go back to the basics and screw all that stuff. How was the process? How was that?
Yeah.
Are you winning? Is your team winning? I mean, if you are, then what are you complaining about?
There you go.
So,
because some days you're going to be 3 for 3 and you're all going to get smoked, and other days you're going to go 0 for 3, but the team wins. You got to find. Sounds like you're finding a positive no matter what. You're finding a win that then keeps you going.
Yeah, for sure.
Great mindset. It's got to be shout out to your parents a little bit on that. You want to shout out your parents here?
Shout out Carla and Greg.
Dude, I remember seeing Greg at Crunch like a year or two ago. He was in some of those classes, dude, getting after it.
The hit classes.
Hey, little things like that, though. You see that in adults. Because how old's your dad? He probably wouldn't like to say this, but
he's about to be 65, I think. He's getting up there.
Bro, you're 63 years old, getting after it in the gym. Your mom running a business, I believe, too. Like,
yeah, she was. Then she sold that. Now she's in interior design.
Good for her.
So,
I mean, two great parents. I know I've got to talk to them a little bit over the years. No doubt they've played such a big part in you. Obviously, you've had some great coaches. Love how well-spoken you are. How you're always just that, positive light like you are right now, just kind of giddy, smiling, having a good time. But it's always, great people make other great people. So shout out to those guys for raising you the right way.
And Grant and Troy, my brothers.
Hey.
Got to shout them out.
I think I saw Grant at a Braves game or something.
Probably,
Is he friends with Reed Robertson?
Oh, yeah. They're boys.
Yeah, no, good energy for sure. Yeah, love it. Love it. How about a little speed round here as we close this out? You cool with that?
All right.
I'm going to fire questions at you. Here's the rule. A lot of guys break this rule. You can't think about it.
All right.
You're a hitter anyways. You're not a thinker, right? I'm just going to fire it at you, and you're just going to respond the first thing that comes to your head.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite 6'4" teammate? Go.
Levi
Clark. Cool. Yeah. Favorite Pope teammate?
Carson, I guess.
Yep, Carson.
Or Bryce Chapin.
Bryce Chapin.
He's the man.
He is the man.
Yeah.
Shout out Bryce. Let's go. Let's go. Favorite Georgia Tech teammate? I know it's tough because you're in it.
Vaughn Lackey. 100%.
Very good. What is your go-to pregame meal?
I guess Firehouse Firehouse because we had that we had Jimmy John's nonstop. So I guess that was like the only meal that I had.
Roast beef, turkey, ham.
It was Italian. That wasn't my favorite, but it was what we had. So
you like the spicy Italian there? Not a spicy guy.
Whatever they gave me.
He just eats. Look at this guy. He freaking hits baseballs and eats. Of course. Of
love
course.
eating.
What was your walk-up song last year?
I had Hollaback Girls and then I'm drawing a blank. Feel So Good by Mace.
Two really good ones there. Those are on the playlist. I was getting some slander on the playlist today from Freddy. It was the wrong playlist. I'll be better tomorrow morning at the Grinders Club. What is your walk-up song this year?
Hollaback Girls and then probably Yeah by Usher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Schmidt got some soul in him. You know, he's got good energy. One thing you took away from Pope baseball. One word that comes to mind.
Brotherhood.
One thing you took away from 643 baseball. What word comes to mind?
Brotherhood again.
Brotherhood. This guy loves his brother. He's being genuine though. I totally feel that in both places, and I think I'm not saying that I have something to do with it, but I know we have Pope guys here, and we had a lot of 643 guys at Pope. I think a lot of that stuff intertwined, and it's really cool and really special how it's happened.
Sure.
Talk about one thing you got most from Georgia Southern baseball.
Kind of just like hardworking.
Yeah, hard work, the
whole-
grind.
Grinding. The whole team was grinding.
What have you gotten the most from Georgia Tech baseball so far?
Preparation.
Go to breakfast date spot with your girl in Midtown.
We don't really go on breakfast.
Dinner date.
Longhorn.
Nice. That's where I'm going tonight with my grandma
Yeah.
and Max. Shout out Max Pralgo, by the way.
Oh,
That
yeah.
guy. He actually made a hot take earlier that he had a bigger impact on Pope baseball than you. What do you have to say about that?
That's all right. He probably did. He was before me.
I'm not here to compare. I think everybody makes an impact in their own way. Man, well, Kent, we're going to close it out here. I know we talked about the adversity piece of how you kind of dealt with the injuries. I thought you hit that really well. And I know you already talked a little bit about the portal and the recruiting process. I want you as a closing line here to pick a camera and look into it. Freddie's going to give you the cue there. Freddie always has the point of what we need. And talk to the kid who is, let's say he's on one of our 17 Cougs, Jags, Tigers right now. 17 Panthers. We have 4 squads there. Feels like he's better than some kids that are already committed in his class, or feels like the schools that were on him right now are not on him. What's your message to the kid who feels overlooked, and what does he need to do to not get caught up in all that? Like you said, I know you said don't compare yourself to people. What should he focus on?
I mean, I would probably double down on stop comparing yourself to others and kind of just like be in the moment and just keep working. Someone's going to find you, and someone's going to, when they find you, you just got to keep proving yourself. Don't take what you have for granted. And I mean, take advantage of your opportunity that you get.
Money, target emoji all day. Kent Schmidt has no doubt competed at every level he's at and earned everything that's come your way. Man, could not be happier for you with where you are, but I know you'll be the first to say you got a lot more in store. You're probably just getting started in the baseball journey of things. You knocked it out, sir. Thank you for being 40 minutes shorter than me and Ryan Webb.
No, of course. Appreciate you having me on.
You're efficient with your words. Give them, where can they find you on Instagram, Ken, if everyone wants to follow you and check out your stuff?
Kent Schmidt, _.
Remember, he had a good bat ad a couple years ago talking about the big knob, so that might still be out there. Kent Schmidt, guys. Call him Schmitty. 6'4", class of 2023.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech baseball. Going to be playing a lot of first base this year. He's looking really good. Can't wait to watch you, man. Guys, please follow us on Embrace the Journey 643 at Instagram, on YouTube at Official ETJ Pod. I'm Jake Pralgo. This has been episode 7. Cannot wait for what we still have in store. Kent, you're the man.
Appreciate you.
Year. Let's go.
Appreciate it.